Welcome back, everybody. It's time for another Ramen Abyss. This time, we're going to have a slight revision on a flavor that we've had recently. Slight difference, though. This is going to be the Nissin Raoh King of Ramen. Is that what that's supposed to mean? That's what it says on the back. And this is another Tonkotsu ramen that we found. Up over $2, $2.19, I believe, for a single package of this. Now that, I have to say, is an insulting price, and it would have to be like markedly better over the Sapporo Ichiban Tonkatsu chicken in order for this to in order for it to possibly compensate. Now, what else can we tell you about this before we start opening it up? Are we out of focus again? God damn it. Doggone webcam. Could you focus on me, please? Webcam is getting like really bad when it comes to focusing, you guys. Sorry about that. But this here is the Nissin Raoh. Sorry, I'm trying to not make the camera go like completely out of fucking focus again. It really wants to just take a shit on me. You can tell it's trying to just get out of focus right now. But anyway, this ramen, everybody, was well up over $2. I think it was $2.19 when I saw it, and I'm like, we must demystify this, because that's considerably more expensive than the Sapporo Ichiban variation, which was very good. It was very pleasant, and it really doesn't have too many extra things in there, but at the same time, it's one of my favorites in terms of like lots of things. And price on it was fairly reasonable. You know, it came down to like the 89-cent-ish mark every now and then, depending upon how you get it. But not this baby. Oh no, we've got quite a premium price on this bad boy. What else can we tell you about this? Sodium on this is fudged. They have the servings per container too, in order to make it seem like it's more reasonable for you to have 1,010 milligrams in one of your servings, which would bring this up over 2020 for quite a bit of your daily recommended values, or daily recommended intake of sodium, which I think is around 2,300. That's where you want to call it quits if you're an adult and not one who's watching your salt, by the way. The packaging on this one, I like the packaging. I think it's cool. It has a green notation to the whole thing, which really pops against the tonkatsu broth back there. But it doesn't really pop as well as other flavors, or as other colors would, I would think. Like even any other color I could think of would probably be a little bit more outstanding than this one. I do like that emerald green, though. It's just nothing about this soup says the emerald green about it, you know? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too focused on the old Sapporo Ichiban packaging, which was like white, yellow, like really stark blacks. Like a lot about that packaging I really like. This one we're giving like a 1 out of 2 though. This is intended for a European audience. There is no kanji or other languages on the back side of this. It is just like, hey gringo, hey white boy, this is for you. You've heard about that tonkatsu stuff from other people, right? Well, we're going to repackage that and then up the price by 5 times and sell it to you. So, given the packaging a 1 out of 2, I think they did a great job here. It's just I don't think it's very eye-catching. And nothing about this would say, you know, hey, come try me. you'd have to know that you want the tonkatsu. Other things to say about the packaging, like I said, everything is in English, so you're going to get all of your cooking instructions, all of your ingredients, everything. It's looking pretty good. But again, you know, it's not terribly eye-catching, and I would probably give more points to a package that had flashier stuff on the front than something I could read, and I don't know what that says about me. Anyway, you guys, we are going to go off and cook this, and we will be back right after that.
To the pot!
Okay, and we're back. There was a little bit of a special nuance to cooking this one. There are 2 packets that come in the package, and it wants you to combine 2 of those into a bowl and then add the hot water to it, then stir it, then add the noodles. In terms of presentation, it's pretty impressive, I gotta say. I really do like the way it looks. Let's go ahead and show you what I'm talking about. So when I first put the oil and the soup base together, it smelled a bit farty. I was like getting ready to get real upset. But now that I'm over it, it kind of smells sort of like an authentic experience. And these noodles look kind of proper. I mean, at least from the way that they're kind of responding to my chopsticks here. And that could be a really good thing. So we're getting right down to the brass tacks of it, you guys. The noodles and the broth. Gotta see what we think. So let's get a heaping helping here of the old noodles, if we can. I gotta say, I like the noodles a lot. They remind me almost like a soba of some kind. They're a round noodle, and they have a really like strong texture to them. I like them an awful lot. I really do. And maybe it was mixing like the broth and everything together before the noodles went in, but the broth on the outside of the noodle goes with it really, really well. The broth, is it better than the Sapporo Ichiban? Maybe. We'll have to take a taste of it here by itself. But I'm pretty hopeful. Gonna try one more shot at the noodles here, though. Yeah, they are gorgeous. They really are. It's like somewhere between a ramen noodle and a spaghetti noodle. I'm loving those noodles. I really am. I think they're great. I'm just wondering if I need to give them an 8 or a 9 because they're so good. They might win out the Korean style noodles, which do come in a cheaper package, mind you. But this one is going to be taking an awful big hit to the price, so maybe we do give it like extra points considering that, because $2.19, baby, that is like, ouch, ouch. Like, my mouth says yum, but it also says ouch. Let's try a little bit of this broth by itself. Hopefully it's cooled down enough. One thing I gotta say about this broth that just defines it from the Sapporo Ichiban like the most is this kind of like roasted garlic oil stuff. Like, you can definitely tell that there is like this kind of a burnt and or roasted garlic kind of thing happening here that I found was very distinct in the actual restaurant style ramen that I was taken to from Pink and Ramers. Thank you guys so much again for that, if you ever end up seeing this. Oh, baby, that makes me happy. That makes me a happy boy. That's so good. That's so good. Little bits of niceties floating around in here too. Little bits of the sesame seed, small bits of chive. It's really great. Oh, those are really nice. Okay, so we've got to give this one really high ratings. We're giving the noodles. Man, I want to give them 9s. We're going 8. We're going 8 though. 8 on the noodles, 9 on the broth. It's just so good. It's so incredibly good. I do like this product. I really do. Is it worth the money? Yeah. Yeah, it kind of is. But you probably won't want to eat too many of these that often. If you do have a budget big enough to afford them, they're tasty, but they're bad for you, you know. So it's like if you are someone who can afford these things, and you're probably putting better things into your body. But this is great. I gotta say, if you did add enough things to this soup to make it 2 servings and share it with somebody else, it would be pretty nice. It really would. As a proper meal, not just as hey, I gotta get something in my stomach before it eats itself, and that's where most ramen consumers are at, But this is great. This is a nice little treat in the ramen world, I would say. I will say that the broth reminds me more of the restaurant experience than the noodle does. The noodles you get at the restaurant they're very substantial. They're very freshly made. This noodle pairs with this soup well, but it's not necessarily the noodle that's supposed to go with the tonkatsu. But I still think this is amazing. I love it. I'm gonna go grab my tofu and wrap this bad boy up. But yeah, for bonus features, we're giving it 1 extra point. It has a standard soup base, and then it has a flavor packet in there as well. And again, we gave extra points to the original Sapporo Ichiban just for having the sesame seeds in there. We're not giving it here because the price difference is so much greater. You would expect there to be more things in there based upon just the price of it. And there was only 1 extra thing in there as far as I'm concerned, so we're begrudgingly giving it that point for the price point of $2.19. Oh baby. And the price is probably a 3 or something. It's really bad at $2.19. Anyway, should you try this ramen, you guys? I would say absolutely yes. Do it. Try it. It's going to be very pleasant if you like any kind of ramen at all. Any kind of a soup with any kind of a noodle. I am just floored by this. Again, that really impressive roasted garlic. It's amazing. I gotta recommend this one. Yeah, it's gonna hurt you in the wallet, but everywhere else it's gonna make you smile. So, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of the Ramen Abyss. We will come back at you next time with another thing from the bottomless box. So, alright, everybody. Have a great night. Take care. Bye-bye. See you next time. Thanks for watching, everybody. And an even bigger thanks goes out to the people still supporting me on Patreon. You guys are amazing, and I'd like to thank you from the bottom of my heart for continuing your support. It really motivates me to keep me going. Also, remember to catch me on Twitch every day except Tuesdays and Saturdays, 5 to 10 p.m. I play loads of Binding of Isaac and Jackbox and other things too. Hope to see you there.